Did you know that transplanting the seedlings you start indoors can be harmful to your plants? Don't worry though, I'm going to show you how to transplant your seedlings to the next size container without killing your plants. And at the end of the video, I'll share 3 tips for transplanting your seedlings so they have a better chance to survive until you're ready to put them into the garden. But before I get started, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel for timely gardening tips 5 times a week. Transplanting seedlings is important because often when we start our seeds, we start them in peat pellets or small pots. As our seedlings grow, they outgrow their first home and need a place to stretch their roots out. If we do not transplant, they can easily become root bound, which can cause your plant to die. Especially in the case of peat pellet seedlings, the roots grow out of the pellet and become exposed, which can result in damage. When choosing pots to transplant your seedlings, you will want to choose something that is at least 2 to 3 times larger than your seedling's current home. This is so the roots can have room to grow without becoming root bound too quickly or at all. I tend to transplant in 3-inch peat pots with a transplant mix, which works well for me. If you need a good recipe for transplant mix, head over to my channel and watch my video called Stop Using Synthetic Fertilizers. Transplanting seedlings in biodegradable pots will help your seedlings avoid transplant shock later. Here's how to transplant. Fill your containers with wet but not soggy transplant mix about 1/2 to 2/3 of the way. 2. Set your seedling in the middle of the soil. Fill in around the seedling with more mix and press gently with fingers to eliminate any air pockets. After you transplant, water them with an organic liquid fertilizer such as worm tea or fish. And now for my 3 tips for transplanting your seedlings so they have a better chance of living through this experience. 1. If you plant it in peat pots, gently remove the netting from the pellet and set the plant on top of the soil in the new container, and that will help the roots to stretch out more and faster. If you planted your seeds in a small container, squeeze the container with your fingers. Turn the plant over with the stem between the fingers on your other hand, but don't squeeze, and gently work the plant out of the container. If you've used a biodegradable pot, just pop the bottom off and plant it. Make sure there's fertilizer in the transplant mix you're using and also water with liquid fertilizer. The liquid fertilizer will make nutrients readily available to your seedlings now, while the fertilizer in the transplant mix will break down slower, offering food in a more time-released fashion. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, where tomorrow I'll show you 2 ways to make free liquid fertilizer that is safe for your transplants. Bye!